Pretty good. What we doing?
If you don't mind me asking, is your body cam on?
It is.
Okay. Why do you have your gloves on?
I always wear my gloves.
Okay.
Why you have a mask on?
Do I not have the right to have a mask?
Absolutely, but what are you doing filming the bank?
Exactly what it seems like.
For what?
Is there not a First Amendment?
There is a First Amendment, but you've got people concerned, so I'm just asking what you're doing.
So my right to record as people concerned? So you enforce feelings?
No, I'm just asking what you're doing.
Why don't you enforce the law?
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay. It's pretty cold, so
I understand.
I don't have gloves like you. So
you want some?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I like to have my hands in.
You got any ID on you?
Why would I need that?
I'm just wanting to find out who you are. You got a mask on. I can't see your face.
Exactly. You're in public.
You are. But you need to vacate in front of the bank.
And where am I at?
You're in Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Am I not on the public easement?
You are.
So why do I need to vacate the public sidewalk?
Because you've got people nervous and they want to know what you're doing.
Are you giving me a lawful order?
I am giving you a lawful order. You need to move the area.
Let me ask you this.
Young man, I'm not going to play this game with you.
You waive your qualified immunity.
I'm not going to play this game with you.
You waive your qualified immunity.
You need to step. You need to get stepping.
You waive your qualified immunity.
You need to get the stepping.
I'm asking you to pull out your sergeant. I'm asking you to get your sergeant.
I don't have to get my sergeant.
Get Sergeant Myers.
I don't have to do that.
Get Sergeant Myers. I'm asking you to get a sergeant here. You don't know the law.
Yeah, I know the law.
You're a dangerous man.
29 years I've been doing it.
You got your gloves on. You're ready to put your hands on me.
I'm not going to put my hands on you. My hands are on my vest.
You gave me a unlawful.
All right, guys. This isn't just another video. This is a case study in power without accountability. A 30-year veteran cop approaches a man filming outside a bank and immediately demands obedience, not answers. He claims the man is making people nervous, but offers no lawful reason for his actions. He demands ID, orders him to leave the public sidewalk, and treats the First Amendment like a nuisance. When asked for the law he's enforcing, he can't name one, yet still insists the man must comply. This is where the situation turns from policing to intimidation, and the man refuses to surrender his rights.
Order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public sidewalk.
So why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order that you need to vacate in front of the area. Young man, I'm not going to... Yeah, you're free to go.
I'm free to stay. Thank you.
You need to vacate the area.
I'm not vacating.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
You can go with me then.
So you're going to put your hands on me?
Oh, yeah, turn around.
I asked you to put... I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I'm not going to put... I'm not getting Sergeant Myers. I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers. You're gonna don't. You gonna? Hey, excuse me. He threw my phone down on the ground, guys. He threw my phone on the ground, guys.
Yeah, good.
Threw my phone on the ground, guys.
I sure did.
Why'd you do that? Can you get my phone, sir? I'm asking you, do you not want to get Sergeant Meyer out here?
No. I'll take you to him.
Why not?
Even better, huh?
You're gonna unlawfully arrest me.
I'm not arresting you. I'm just detaining you.
Okay, for what crime? For what crime? For what crime? Don't turn my phone on. Don't turn my phone on. That is my First Amendment to record. Do not turn my phone on. Do not turn my phone on.
Boss,
do not.
It hasn't been recording since your phone was around.
Okay.
So how do I turn it off?
He turned my phone on.
How did I turn your phone off?
You threw it on the ground.
The screen won't stay off.
Exactly. You threw my phone on the ground.
Going up here, okay?
That's fine. I'm asking you to Sergeant Meyer out here. You're making a mistake.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
Well, you're failing to identify yourself, so that's why you're getting
What crime have I committed?
You're failing to identify yourself.
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion I committed a crime?
What ID or something?
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Because you were failing to identify yourself.
What crime
Light out that I cited.
Yeah.
So I know his name, I just can't think of it right now.
The officer escalates, grabbing the phone and throwing it to the ground, claiming it's evidence of interference. The man continues to insist he has done nothing illegal, and the officer continues to refuse to explain himself. He keeps repeating, "Vacate the area," as if repetition creates legality. The man asks for a crime, and the officer answers with vague threats and orders that aren't grounded in law. The man refuses to identify himself because he has not committed a crime, and the officer tries to force compliance through detention. This is the point where the interaction becomes a test of rights versus authority.
Gave him an awful order to move out in front of the bank. He's got people nervous, and he's failing to identify himself. So there's my reason. Now he's been screaming and hollering for you anyway. Says he knows you. That's what he said. He won't take his mask down. He won't tell me who he is.
Is your body cam on?
It is.
Sergeant Myers. What am I doing in?
You know who he is?
I'm familiar with him. I don't remember your name right off my head, but...
What am I doing in cuffs?
Well, he detained you for his investigation.
He couldn't tell me what crime I committed.
You failed to comply with a lawful order. I done told you. I told you to get moving, and I told you to identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
I just told you.
Before you were here on the scene, what crime have I committed?
None.
Okay, so why do I have to ID myself?
Because I gave you a lawful order to do so, because I'm investigating on why you're standing out here in front.
You cannot articulate what crime I committed.
All right.
Hang quiet, let me get the...
He can't articulate what crime I committed.
Once you tell me who you are, you're going.
That is the, I can figure his name out.
Because what he was doing, he was standing here, he wasn't breaking any laws by being on the sidewalk. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've got people in here nervous. Would you mind stepping down the road for me? He goes, am I on a public easement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, why is your fucking gloves on? I said, I wear them all the time when I deal with people. And he goes, well, I ain't fucking moving. I said, I'm giving you an order to get to stepping and identify yourself and pull your mask down. Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that either. I said, okay, if you're not gonna identify yourself, you're going back in my car until you identify yourself. But he wasn't breaking any laws. He's allowed to film all day long.
Did they ever tell him to leave or anything? Or was he ever on?
They're saying he was on the grass. Wolf's double checking, because if he was on this portion of the grass, that's technically theirs. That portion's not. Like I said, when I got here, he was standing on the sidewalk filming, which he's allowed to do.
A sergeant arrives, but the officer still can't justify the detention. He claims the man is failing to identify himself, but he still can't point to a specific crime. The officer insists the man must identify himself because he is investigating suspicious behavior, even though the man is on public property and doing nothing illegal. The tension builds as the man refuses to give his name, demanding the officer explain what law has been broken. The officer admits he has no crime to cite, but still holds the man. This is where the situation becomes a live demonstration of how reasonable suspicion is often used as a blanket excuse.
But he says he knows you.
Well, he's done some video requests before. I know I can get his name. I know that. We have him in a report or two. I just can't think of it right off my head.
Wolf did a traffic stop on him here a while back.
Yeah.
But he's trying to find his name and he can't find it. Of course he locked it. Once he tells me his name, it's free to go.
I've got his name. As long if there's no crime from on their end, then
Okay. I'll wait for Wolf to come back and then.
we probably need to want to know if they're going to want to trespass him from here.
But I'm not going to play the game coming back every 20 minutes either.
Well, if he ain't on their property, then he's not trespassing.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
I mean on their end before we kick him.
I did not person that way. I did not person him at all. He said I said fuck you, and I did not person him at all. He's lying.
That might just be a figure. I always talk like that.
I did not curse at you.
I always talk like that. But regardless, I gave you it. We're not going to overtalk each other.
Let me talk to him.
We're not going to overtalk over each other.
Let me talk to him.
To the sergeant. I did not sit there. I said.
They're not going to do anything about it. They don't want him trespassed or anything.
Then why did they call?
I don't know. They said that they had customers coming in and coming to the drive.
The officers then begin discussing customers feeling unsafe, but there is no evidence of wrongdoing, only discomfort. They openly admit the man has not broken any laws, yet they continue to detain him. The man remains calm, but the officers act like he is a threat simply because he is filming. They keep trying to force a name from him, as if identity is a crime in itself. The man asks why he is being held, and the officers cannot answer. This segment shows how easily officers can turn public presence into suspicion when they refuse to follow the law.
Through coming on the call lines, saying that they felt unsafe and that he
Yeah, he didn't break any laws because he was on the sidewalk.
Right, and saying that he was pointing at them, harassing them, and just doing all sorts of things, just basically pointing at camera and pointing at them.
Oh, okay.
So he hasn't done anything aside from not identifying.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
But
Well, as soon as Meyer gets done, I'll cut him loose and we'll just play the game. Every 20 minutes we'll be back dealing with him.
We're making sure there's no criminal offense that was committed before we got here at the bank.
And there wasn't, so...
They called us.
But he put me in cuffs
That's a
because I
detainment.
was not moving.
That's a detainment. He had an investigation to do
I'm
here at
telling
the
you,
bank.
y'all messed up. Y'all messed up extremely bad.
You always say that to us.
I've not always said it to you. I've only had one interaction with you.
But every time we've dealt with you, it's always us.
It is y'all. Officer Clayton Wolf does not know the law. He asked me where'd I get my law book from. I said I don't have to identify myself if I'm a passenger in the vehicle. He tried to fabricate probable cause by saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I in fact did on camera.
Okay,
So
but look.
he couldn't get my ID and identify me, so he doesn't know my name. Now you don't know my name because you don't remember the public record request that I submitted.
I just don't remember right off the top of my head.
He doesn't know my name because I never gave my name and or ID because I have not committed a crime.
Okay, and that may be the case.
Okay, so why am I still in cuffs?
Because we are in still investigation of this.
When
we
is
were
this-
called here for this.
Okay, so how long am I going to sit back here?
I'm going to talk to him. He went in to talk to them, and then we're going to figure this out. Give me another minute.
Is his body cam on?
yes, it is.
Don't.
Now the officer doubles down, putting the man in handcuffs without any crime, while still failing to articulate any legal reason. The man warns them his shoulder is injured, but the officers treat it like a minor inconvenience. They continue to justify the detention as an investigation, even though the bank confirms there was no crime. The man demands medical attention, but the officers delay and ignore the urgency. The whole scene becomes a public display of how quickly police can escalate an interaction when they feel challenged. The man remains composed, yet the officers continue to assert dominance without lawful basis.
Don't mute yours and don't mute and don't
See the
mute.
recording on
Do
there?
not mute
You don't have to
those
show
body
him. You don't
cams.
have to show him that shit.
Is there a crime here? Are they wanting
They don't want him
trespass?
trespassed. They got nothing.
Okay. How about?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you done messed up. Put your hands on me like that. And I'm on a public easement and broke no law. Couldn't articulate any kind of law that I broke it, and you put me in handcuffs.
I sure did.
And you messed my shoulder up, so I need medical attention.
Well, you're going to be free to go.
No, I need medical attention because you done messed my shoulder up. Look how he's handling me.
Just let him get the cuffs off.
I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing. Look how he's handling me.
Once he gets the cuffs on,
No, I need medical
you are free
attention.
to call that
I can't even
ambulance.
feel my hand.
Call for a medical.
I can't even feel my hand, bro.
Okay, well, he's calling for EMS.
Damn, bro.
You're free to go.
I can't even feel my hand. I need.
Here you go. Here's your shit.
I need an ambulance, man.
He's calling for one. It's kind of it's right there.
What am I doing wrong? You put me on their property now. I have not stepped on their property at all.
You're free to go.
But I've always been free to go, and I was free to stay.
You wasn't. You were detained until he could
But
investigate
what
were.
crime have I committed?
That's what he was investigating.
What crime have I committed? Though?
That's what he was investigating. Once he went in and talked to him, and they said there was no crime, you're free to go. You're out of cuffs. You can go.
But what's your
Okay.
badge number name? What's your badge number name?
I'm not doing this video.
Finally, after being detained without cause, the man is released once the officers confirm there is no crime. They still demand his name and information, but the man refuses because he has done nothing wrong. The officer's behavior is exposed for what it is: a misuse of power, a violation of rights, and an attempt to silence a lawful recording. This incident proves why it's critical to know your rights and record interactions in public. The officer's refusal to explain the law shows how dangerous unchecked authority can become, and why public awareness is the only defense against misconduct.